What's up guys, my name is Ryan and I spent some time exploring Tasmania and I want to share with you my favorite places and experiences, so here's my Tasmania Top 10. Located off of Australia's southeast coast, Tasmania is an island home to some of the world's best nature and animals. From wild wombats roaming free to the tall sea cliffs in the southern hemisphere, Tasmania has so much to offer. Let's start this video off at Hobart. If you're coming to Tasmania, this is probably where you'll fly into. It was founded in 1804 as a British penal colony, and today Hobart is the capital and biggest city in Tasmania. It's a beautiful area and I enjoyed driving around here. One cool feature of the city is the Tasman Ridge that spans over the River Derwent. A fun thing that I decided to do while we were here was drive up to Mount Wellington. It's this massive mountain that overlooks Hobart, and it's about a 30-minute drive up here from the city. The elevation up here is 4,170 feet, so it was quite chilly. It was fun to walk around on the pass and it gives an incredible view of the surrounding area. After, we went ahead to Bruny Island. This is another great place to visit if you're near Hobart. It's just a 50-minute drive away from the city. To get there, you can take a ferry from the town of Kettering, and it only took about 20 minutes to reach the island. Once we were there, I was blown away by the beauty of this place. We first came across this great bay, and it had the most peculiar beach with a sandbar that just dropped off into the sea. After, we drove out to the Cape Bruny lighthouse, and then we went to Cloudy Bay, and this area was incredible. The beach was pristine, and there was some really unique looking sea cliffs in the distance. There was this lagoon, and we walked along the beach of the inlet that led out to the ocean. We spent the evening here, and I really enjoyed it. After, we were driving back to the ferry, and we stopped at the Trukanini Lookout. You walk up some stairs, and you get a beautiful view of the narrow strip of land that connects Bruny Island. Afterwards, we're going to visit the Tasman National Park, located about an hour's drive from Hobart. This national park is home to the tallest sea cliffs in the southern hemisphere, with cliffs almost 1,000 feet high. One of the most famous places in the park is Cape Hauy. To get there, you can reach it by boat or also by 11-kilometer hike. We decided to take the boat with a prearranged tour, and it was an amazing time. We started in Pirates Bay and then headed up the coastline. The sea cliffs were so unique, and there were some arches and also some sea caves that we went into. After about an hour of boating, we made it to Cape Hauy. I was blown away by the unique cliffs here. They're made up of dolerite and have the most unique pillared shapes. We boated around the cape for a good amount of time. We stayed here for about 30 minutes and then headed over to this nearby island called Shepparton Rock that had tons of birds and seals there. Overall, the tour took about 3 hours and it was an incredible time. I definitely recommend taking a boat to see Cape Hauy from the sea's perspective. When we left the area, we drove past this place called Tasmanian Devil Zoo. It's this wildlife park home to some amazing animals. I really wanted to see the Tasmanian devil during our time in Tasmania, but they're very difficult to see in the wild, so it was really cool to experience them here. There's also a bunch of kangaroos just chilling. It was really interesting to be around them. This place is definitely worth stopping by if you love animals and you're in the area. Afterwards, we're going to head up the coast to visit one of Tasmania's most recognizable places, Freycinet National Park. Located about a 2.5 hours drive from Hobart, Freycinet is home to some jaw-dropping landscapes. One of my favorite places in the park is Wineglass Bay. It's this pristine beach, and you can hike up to the Wineglass Bay Lookout, which is a 1.9-mile hike that gives you one of the most iconic views in all of Tasmania. Right outside the park is Coles Bay. It's this little town and where you go to access the national park, and I think it has one of the most incredible views of Freycinet across the bay. After that, we're going to head up the coast to visit Bicheno. Located about 40 minutes away from Coles Bay, Bicheno is a serene coastal town, but what I also love about the area is its beaches. If you just drive up the coast along the Tasman Highway, you'll experience some of Tasmania's best beaches in my opinion. The water is just so blue and calm, and the coastline just goes on forever. There's this serene place, an island called Cradle right next to Bicheno, and I also really like Denison Beach, which is just a few minutes drive away. If you keep going up the coast for about an hour and a half, you'll reach the Bay of Fires. Home to crystal clear waters, pristine beaches, and orange granite rocks, this place is paradise. I thought it got its name from its fire-colored rocks, but it actually got its title from early explorers who saw fires on the coast from the local Aboriginal people. The area here is just so stunning, it's definitely worth visiting if you're nearby. After, we're going to head inland to visit the Central Highlands. As I was driving from Hobart to the north of Tasmania, I took the route through the Highlands, and I'm glad I did. It's located in the center of the country, and it's home to some peculiar landscapes. We came across this massive body of water called Great Lake, The vegetation and wildlife here were just amazing. I pulled over the car to relax for a bit and we came across this echidna. It's one of the weirdest animals I've ever seen, and it's also one of the only mammals in the world that lays eggs. After we left the Highlands, we continued driving north and then passed by Mount Roland, which was this super beautiful mountain surrounded by Tasmania's countryside. From there, we headed back up to the coast to visit the town of Stanley, located on the northern west coast of Tasmania. Stanley caught my attention with its unique peninsula called the Nut, which is situated right next to the town. I really enjoyed walking through Stanley. It had some cute shops. I also really enjoyed Godfrey's Beach. It's just north of the town and has a great setting with the rolling waves and peninsula mountain that overlooks the area. Now near Stanley is the incredible coast of Montagu. I was looking on the Google Maps and this area really stuck out to me, so we had to go check it out. The views of this place did not disappoint. The mix of the sand with the different shades of blue was just so scenic. There is a campground there that you can stay at, but I will say the water looks pretty normal from the ground level, but regardless, it's a nice area. Another scenic place near Stanley is Boat Harbour Beach. It's located about a 40-minute drive and it's a small town, but I thought it had one of the most beautiful settings with the beach and the rocky outcrop. The water here was just so perfect and clear with little waves rolling in. Tasmania just has so much incredible beaches and coastline. For our final destination, we're going to head back to the Highlands to visit Cradle Mountain. Located about a 4-hour drive from Hobart, Cradle Mountain and its wildlife is one of the main reasons I wanted to come to Tasmania. The area is part of the Cradle Mountain Lake St. Clair National Park, and it's home to some of the beautiful scenery in all of Tasmania. What really drew me to this area is the Wombats. There's this place called Ronnie Creek where you could walk on these raised walkways and see wombats grazing. Before getting there, I wasn't sure how many wombats we would see, but there was just so many wombats just chilling next to the walkway. They are seriously some of the cutest animals. It was so peaceful to hear them munch on the grass. It was just such a good time walking on the raised walkways, looking at the scenery, and also trying to find more wombats. Sometimes the wombats would be in the distance grazing, and other times they were just right next to the walkway. I'd say we saw around 10 to 20 wombats. It was definitely my favorite experience during our time in Tasmania. After chilling with the wombats for some time, it was nearing sunset and we decided to go up to Dove Lake. I think this is another one of the most famous views in all of Tasmania. We spent the evening up here and it was just so serene and peaceful. I'd love to come back and experience this place during the day and also do some hikes in the national park. Well, that is it for my Tasmania Top 10. There's still so much I didn't cover, so I'll have to make a part 2. Let me know where your favorite place is in the comments below. I also made a video of Australia that I'll link at the end of this video that I think you'll enjoy. You can find me on Instagram and TikTok at shirley.films. It's Ryan, and we will see you later.